Okay, so we're going back over things that we've done in the past. And the first thing that we're going to go over are our equations. Now, remember that when you have parentheses that you need to distribute before you do anything, collect like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign, then add and subtract the constants to each side of the equation and then multiply or divide. Okay, so here we go. There will be special cases when there are variables on both sides of the equal sign. One solution has different coefficients, and they could either be different or the same constants. No solution has the same coefficient and different constants, and this would be same coefficients and same constants. Got to change this. Okay, so I'm going to look down here. It says determine how many solutions each equation has. One, none, no, sorry, or infinitely many. You don't have to solve it unless it's a one solution one. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. I'm going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. Oops, you should probably have an equal sign. Minus 4. Okay, so if I look at this, I have the same coefficient, but the constants are different. So that means that this is no solution. This one, multiply through. Took minus 30 equals 12x plus 36. So this will be 12x plus 6 equals 12x plus 36. They have the same coefficient, but the constants are different. So this is no solution. Over here, I multiply through. I get 6 minus 36x equals x plus 6. The coefficients are different, so that means that this is going to be one solution. That means that I actually have to solve this one. So I'm going to add 36x to both sides. I'm going to get 6 equals 37x plus 6. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides and get 0 equals 37x. Divide by 37. And 0 divided by anything is 0. So x is equal to 0. Over here, okay, coefficients, they're different. So that means I'm going to move it to the other side. I get 8x plus 3 equals 3. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I'm going to get 8x equals 0. Oh, looks like we did the same thing. X equals 0. Next one, I'm going to multiply through, so that's 24x. That's plus 12 equals 24x plus 12. They are exactly the same. So this is infinitely many solutions. Okay, next one, I have 5r minus 10 equals 5r minus 10. Exactly the same. So infinitely many solutions. Okay, this one. So this just tells us to solve. So I'm going to multiply through because we need to distribute before we combine like terms. So 5x minus 10 plus 8 equals, multiply this through, I get 9x minus 9 plus 3. Combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign, so 5x minus 2. Over here, combine these two, so 9x minus 6. Now I want to get my my variables on the same side first. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. I get negative 2x equals 4x minus 6. I add 6 to both sides, and I get 4 equals 4x. I divide by 4, and I get 1 is equal to x. This one, I multiply through. 10x plus 20 minus 3x equals, multiply through, 8x minus 32. I combine like terms. 7x plus 20 equals 8x minus 32. I want the variables to be on the same side of the equal sign, so I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. I get 20 is equal to x minus 32. I add 32 to both sides, and I get 52 is equal to x. Next one. Okay, there are no parentheses, so that means I'm just combining like terms. This is a like term and this is a like term. 3x plus 4 equals, this is a like term and this is a like term, so 3x plus 5. Look at that, the coefficients are the same. These are different, so that would get me no solution. Now, if you're somebody who didn't see that right off, you could subtract 3x from both sides. 4 does not equal 5, and that is how it became no solution. Okay, sorry. Number 10, we have distributive, so we have 6 plus 36x equals negative 102. I subtract 6 from both sides, and I get 36 equals negative 108. I divide by 36 on both sides. Now, remember that a negative divided by a positive is going to be a negative. So I get negative 3. This one, there's no distributive, but looking here, I can combine like terms. So that would be negative 3. I add 3 to both sides. I get negative 5x equals negative 5. I divide by negative 5 on both sides. I get x equals 1. So on this next one, the coefficients are different. So I have to subtract 5x from both sides. Now, could I have subtracted 6x? Yes. It doesn't matter. I add 12 to both sides, and I get x equals 0. Okay, so next one, distributive, but make sure you write down the 8x first. You're going to distribute the negative 2, so negative 2x minus 14 equals 16. I'm going to combine like terms, and I'm going to get 6x minus 14 equals 16. I'm going to add 14 to both sides. I'm going to get 6x equals 30. I'm going to divide both sides by 6 and get x equals 5. This next one, I'm going to combine like terms, and I get negative 6x plus 6 equals 14 minus 2x. I'm going to add 6x to both sides. I've got 6 equals 14 plus 4x. I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides and get negative 8 equals 4x. I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides, and I'm going to get negative 2 equals x. Number 15, I'm going to combine like terms and get negative x plus 8 equals 3x minus 8. I'm going to add x to both sides. Now, some of you may be saying, why do I keep changing which direction I do it? I do it as whatever the lowest coefficient of x is. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, and I get 16 equals 4x. I divide by 4 on both sides, and I get 4 equals x. Okay, number 16. Remember, the 7x comes straight down. It's the negative 5 that's being multiplied through. So negative 25 plus 5x equals 11. Combine like terms and I get 12x minus 25 equals 11. I add 25 to both sides and I get 12x equals 36. I divide by 12 and I get x equals 3. On this one, I combine like terms. So 15 plus 6x equals 6x plus 15. Ooh, look at that. They're exactly the same. So that's infinitely many solutions. Okay, this next one. 8x gets written straight down. There's an invisible 1 there, so we're multiplying negative 1 by each thing inside. Negative 8 minus 6x equals 20. Combine like terms, I get 2x minus 8 equals 20. I add 8 to both sides. I get 2x equals 28. I divide both sides by 2 and get x equals 14. Okay.